Farscape Engineers, Inspector Summary Review. I'm here in Carlton Street, Westfield. This is the north side facing Farscape, the side entrance. And this is one of 6 fire escapes that we're going to be looking at. So let's take a look. A couple things. We've got some stucco that is wide open over here that needs attention so that the water doesn't keep getting behind the wall, but there's definitely a huge gap up here of stucco that never got finished, or it's all blown apart, but incomplete stucco on both these sides, and water's getting into the building. This is one of the sources of the stucco. Okay, getting back to now. It's going to need 100% rebolting. Everything's all original hardware. Square head bolts everywhere. Very minor use of any hex head bolts that weren't used just for maybe a band-aid or something, but otherwise this fire escape is showing no evidence of maintenance anywhere on the fire escape. We've got red-based primer indicating that this is lead-based, and again, anything older than 1978 is presumed to have lead unless we are provided with a document from a professional lead inspector that says the fire escape is low lead or no lead. So this fire escape must have a licensed renovator touch it. Now against the wall, we're getting water that's penetrating into the wall this way also. All these areas must be sealed because it's eating the steel and eating the flats, as you can see. So all these areas must be sealed so that the water doesn't and the snow doesn't accumulate in these areas. So now, as far as the pivots, basically the pinwheel that runs the weight box for the ladder, all these must be replaced. No original hardware on this, because if any of these let go, and they're 50 to 75 years old, so 100%. The cable looks like it's been replaced. I got to double check, but it looks like the cable is not too bad. It doesn't look original. It looks like it's been switched out once, but no original hardware can stay on this. 100% rebolting, and even the pinwheel is one of those that it's 50 to 75 years old. It's cast. And we have to decide if we're going to keep that original one or replace it. We have to disclaim it on the confidence test that it was not replaced. But anything that old should be replaced. Now, there's some evidence that they did some repairs. As you can see here, they put some bolts in, but they never cleaned out the rust. So there's a heavy-duty rust everywhere. Okay, going down all the treads. Rebolt all the treads because you're going to see a lot of rust in every connection of the tread, and it's slotted machine screw. From above, where I showed you the problem, you're getting water behind us, and all these are blown out. All these are bulging. So that means that rust is growing. So you got to break all this away, reattach it back into the building, or find another connection mode back into this wood structure. So once this is open, we can then identify what's going on here. But there's definitely water getting in from above, bulging this all out. So I expect to see major rot as these members back into the building. These are all original hex heads, but when you look on the back side, you can see it's already eating through the steel. So we got to change all these bolts out, all those bolts out on all floors. As you can see, all the original hardware. If you identify a bolt that's still in good condition, then you just need to reinforce it with another bolt. And I'll show you. Let's say these were good. This side was good. I want a bolt in the middle. Keep the originals. This side is bad. Change both. But if it's faster for you to change one at a time, get all the rust out, prime the interior, silicone the interior, close it shut with new. That's what I want to see. And again, as you proceed and do any work, I want you to photograph it and send it to us for approval to say that you're doing the work correctly. Again, treads, also, same thing. Clean out, prime the areas. One of the things you need to do on these railings coming down, you need to close this hole. A child, a person, should they trip coming down the stairs, they'll either fall through this big hole. So you need 1 or 2 more lines that go up in parallel to the existing lines, both sides. They need 2 simple lines that cut through so that in case anybody traps or falls, they stay within the staircase. These are notched at the bottom, so you really don't need any bolts at the bottom of these because they're notched. But again, any and all flats need. See, there's a popped bolt there. There's a rusty buildup there. You got water buildup in between this back of the stucco, so you got to seal those up after repair. And we have the same situation, very rusty flats. All the joints on here, as you can see, major joint failure right there. Again, this is all just 100% of this fire escape is going to be rebolted. All the superstructure, 100%. The only thing you don't have to change is, this connections here. So if you've got connections here that are good, they stay. But if you've got this post here, it's got to have that major connection refurbished. So this whole area here is all 100% refurbished. Again, we got another area here that water can sort of work its way in. There's some lips that somebody did some flashing here, so that's what should be done upstairs. There's some flashing to basically keep the water from coming in and eating the back side of things. ACs, if they're in the same room, you can keep an AC. If this is two separate rooms, this AC can't be here. Can't be an obstruction going to the fire escape. Can't be taking out ACs when you're trying. Now, look how bad this weight box is. This weight box is in very bad condition. Needs to be replaced. There's no saving this. This is basically a pipe with weights inside. It's got a rod through the middle of it to keep it contained. The entire ladder system, both down below and up above, must be rebolted. You can't have any original bolts on that. And the cable doesn't look too bad on this. It's a pretty. It looks like it's been either painted or been maintained. I don't see a lot of heavy corrosion on the cable, so the cable can stay. But definitely the weight box needs a new weight box here. This one's no good. Too much rust, too much water has intruded and got into that thing. So, also on the treads, yeah, I got a tread. I think it's one more below that the tread is in pretty bad condition. But again, standard. We're going to start repeating ourselves. Going down the stairs. Stucco. Open that up. Connect it properly, then re-stucco back. No rebolting of these connections here. Heavy rust stayed, even though they changed a bolt or two. These railings too got to have, and you got cement work, spalling. All these are spalling. There's actually a major structural crack that has nothing to do with us, but you're gonna have to have a mason get in here and at least seal that up, because water getting in there is causing damage inside this building and on this wall, so that must be addressed. And that corner's splitting also. But again, otherwise, what we talked about above, all of these need to be rebolted or reinforced if they're in good to excellent condition. So that's not the case. Repacking, everything needs repacking, so 100%. And down below, you can't really see because I'll be down too far, but the same thing happens to that platform. So if you have any questions, give us a call here at Firescape Engineers. Inspector Meneses is doing the inspection, and as you can see, I already split this one. I hammer tested this one, already fell. The nut is still there, the head is still there, but yet there's nothing in between. So this is one of those loose treads that you have to be careful of. I'll mark it, but it is all 100% of the treads. So in recapping, 100% rebolting of the entire fire escape, except any minor connection that has nothing to do with structural, such as railings and flats. Otherwise, 100% rebolting of all bolts of 50 to 75 years old. I got cement connections in literally every floor. 75% failure on the cement connections. At least 75%. And the superstructure 100%. The ladder 100%. I mean, we got bolts that are gone. Heads are missing. Nuts are missing. Just so this is one of the key pieces. And then at the feet, when this ladder goes down, she's got to go down straight, and she needs a box down there that basically traps the ladder from swinging. So as you go down, there's very little here that can keep you from swinging that and scaring the hell out of you and falling to the ground. So you got to get that to land in a pocket of some sort down there, and then it needs a heavy scraping and a heavy painting of the fire escape. Any questions? Fire Escape Engineers, Inspector Meneses, 800-649-3333, 800-649-3333. And anything that's up against the building must be sealed so that water doesn't get in there like it's getting in here and eating the steel. Any questions? 800-649-3333. Inspector Meneses, Fire Escape Engineers.